what are miseries? When we talk about miseries, any situations come into our mind where we just get hampered from the normal state of being. It can be a disease, an altered relationship, or any fluctuation in the states of mind. But is it really the same which we can call as misery? A simple fluctuation in the state of mind, that is, from becoming happy to becoming sad, then to becoming sad to becoming guilty consciousness, are all these things can be considered misery? These things aren't only the same. The basic phenomena of misery is any prolonged state of mind which you consciously cannot find any solution. Any chronic condition of body, health, mind, or environment which you don't find any solution of, which is feasible for your sustainable functioning of body, health, and mind, becomes misery to your system. In one case, any misery from your angle may be an opportunity to other person around. Anything which your mind and your own consciousness, your conscious being cannot deal with your pure presence might be considered as misery. For an example, if you get a cough or cold or a normal flu, you can get cured by simply taking medicine. But when it gets prolonged for a longer period of time, it may turn into some chronic diseases like latest examples being called by corona or any other chronic diseases like tuberculosis. In the initial states, it was merely an infection, but when it got prolonged for a longer period of time, it became a chronic state which your mind is now perceiving as illness or disease. Now, this prolonged situation which your mind is not finding any solution of would be considered as misery to your system. So, another example is, see, if you're a student and if you're having some task at your hand to be done on certain period of time, once it get out of your hand, initially it will create a little pressure on your system. You can simply deny it by ignoring the work and postponing it on the other day. But once it start getting prolonged over a period of time, that habit of procrastination becomes misery to your own mind, as it is piling up the stress of a single day to an extended period of time for about like 2 years, 3 years, and it eventually hampers your growth. Now, that habit of procrastination, which was a small act in the initial states, now has turned into a piled up thing which would be considered as misery to your state of mind. And in some other situation, like if you are having a pattern or conditioning which was not bothering to your system and mind in the initial states, like avoiding your own needs, when later they get undealt with for long periods of time in any relationship dynamics, will become misery to your own system, as those needs which was untreated by yourself at the first will be treated as the same by the other person and your partner in the relationship dynamics. Now, not only that person but your own mind will become a source of misery to your system. So, with all these examples, we can consider that anything which get untreated for a long period of time and which does not have any feasible solution to your system in the first place becomes a piled up stress to your system, which eventually hampers its normal functioning, whether it be psychological, social, environmental, physical, and mental. All these things when got untreated for a long period of time becomes misery to your system. So I hope you might have understood this concept of misery well with all these examples. So if you are just on the path of self contemplation and exploring your own mind, that what are your darks and what sections of your aspect of your life which need to be dealt with from where you want to start your journey, you can just take this video as a reference. And so we'll meet in the other video. Bye bye.